Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, August 26, 2023, at 11:58 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me, got a yawn. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. A little bit mucus in my throat. So, last night I went to bed at 10:30, and I woke up. It was before 8 o'clock this morning. Almost 8 o'clock I woke up this morning. So my stomach is cramping so bad that I feel like it's crippling and disabling, you know. But I took some of my supplement this morning, but my stomach still hurts. But I was wondering, I was afraid that I put in too much bentonite clay, so I drank more than half, but I didn't drink it all. But because I put in approximately 2 capfuls of the clay, but the clay started to get more solid a couple of weeks ago, so I added some water to it, to thin it out some. Excuse me. But this morning I had this chocolate granola cereal. It was so good, like amongst the best granola cereal I think I ever had. Not the best, but one of the best. And like it was the chocolatiest doggone breakfast I ever had. Like so much chocolate. So much chocolate that I'm not going to eat the chocolate cupcakes today, but I'll eat the other ones. Excuse me. So I had cereal and those seedless grapes from the food bank, and also I tried to eat one of the pears, but the pears was no good. So I had a nectarine. So I ate that, and then like an hour or two later I felt hungry again. But for lunch, I guess I'll just have like a salmon burger. I don't know if I'll have bread or crackers with it. And then I'll have, I'll try to bake some of those colorful eggs. I'm not going to have the ice cream today, but I'll have some more cupcakes. I don't know if I'll have 2 or 3 of them. And then for dinner, I'll have toast, buttered toast, and excuse me, buttered toast, mixed vegetables, and sausage. Well, I may or may not have the sausage. I don't know. Or I might have the bread, you know, but maybe not the I might have the bread, but maybe not the crackers. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But my body had a little bit of detox effect this morning, but my stomach is still hurting. So, yeah, it feels inflamed. But, you know, I'm afraid of the idea of drinking too much water in a short period of time. Even though with the clay, they said you got to increase your water intake. But I guess I'll be all right. But my stomach hurts so bad that I can't even get up. And I almost felt like I couldn't even do a video. But I really do think that they be hitting you with directed energy weapons to try to make your cramps worse. So, like they did last menstruation, that while I was in the middle of doing a video and they made my cramps, intensify. And immediately after I cut off the video, the cramps were completely gone. So my sleep was kind of good. Like I think I slept hard and slept heavy last night. I left the air on the coldest last night and I, had to bundle up. But, yesterday and the day before, during the day, I saw like a bunch of, you know, flies and gnats and, a couple of spiders and roaches and whatever else. Excuse me. And I'd be trying to keep this place clean. So, thankfully, I'm glad that the online gang stalkers gave me a break and left me alone for the whole day, you know. But they probably were gossiping and saying stuff behind my back. And I noticed the covert manipulation of thumbs up and thumbs down on my videos yesterday. In one video, I had like 188 views, but no thumbs up on the most recent shorts video. But one perp gave a thumbs up and then removed the thumbs up. And it was probably that fake Darnell Williams perp, you know. So on TikTok, somebody with like over 370 something followers and millions of likes and about 321 that they were following 321 people. They pressed the like button on one of my videos and then turned around and unliked the post, probably because of anything like the short story that I wrote yesterday. I guess it was too conspiracy related for them. So that's probably why they unliked the post. But then, so I found out who that person was and I blocked their fake asses, you know. But, I mean, my day wasn't perfect, but it wasn't too bad. But they had a couple of people who said some things that was upsetting or, my day wasn't a whole disaster. But, it was better than the last several birthdays, but it wasn't perfect because when I was trying to write the short story yesterday, it took me 2 hours and they vibrated me so bad, like as if they would try to force me to stop typing or stop writing, And they had this narcissistic control freak fake T.I. perp that looked like she got cancer. And she tried to tell me in all caps to ignore, and I almost was tempted to block her, And she tried to tell me to ignore the vibrating. And she tried to, I felt like that ruined my day. She put it in all caps to yell at me and tell me to ignore even the vibrating and the directed energy attacks. You can't ignore stuff like this. Like what happened the past 2 nights before, like the 23rd and the 24th, the way that they squeezed my organs so bad and I nearly passed out, I nearly fainted. I guess y'all fake asses want me to ignore that too. Excuse me, but like, how you gonna say ignore all the directed energy attacks? That's excruciating. You know, and everybody handles their suffering and their traumas in different ways. Just because you feel like you can handle it, don't beat another person down because they're supposedly not as strong as you. You know, excuse me. So not everybody is on the same level. Certain people are more sensitive than others. So just because the vibrating wouldn't phase you doesn't mean that I should be forced to be unbothered by it and be forced to be masochistic and tolerate torture and abuse of any form. And there was another person who tried to tell me to ignore also. Like, they are vibrating my body. People have been burned and died from these direct energy attacks. And you're sitting there saying ignore. And then at the same time, you act like you're fighting to end. Like, right after you tell me ignore, then you yell about how you're fighting to end this gang stalking. And then y'all feel like if somebody show a one headlight that's not proof of gang stalking. But then y'all want to feel like, well, write letters to Congress and show your paperwork. You know, and they want to bully and force you with this cult-like mentality. You know, and it's frustrating, all these mixed messaging, double talk from everybody. You want me to shut up and ignore everything, but then you lie and say I'm a perp and not a real TI if I'm not writing letters to Congress and the FBI and the police when they are all in on it and have no intentions on stopping. You can't protest a whole bunch of organizations, you know, powerful organizations full of psychopaths. You even say that you write letters to Congress and you call the police and that they don't do anything. So I'm not wasting my time or my breath. But I show footage of my gang stalkers to let people, I show footage of show footage of my gang stalking to society, you know, on YouTube and TikTok and or whatever, to show proof to the TI community, and they're still falsely accusing me of being fake with no proof. So they might have, you know, fake TIs with no evidence at all and write letters, and you know, but they're not being targeted, and they might be just fake and phony and for show. Now, they had this narcissistic control freak fake TI perp that pretend to be an MK Ultra survivor. Like, all the gang stalking evidence I show, you tell me ignore the gang stalkers, and then in the very next comment, you say you have to have evidence. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm like, all this evidence I have, why are you telling me you have to have evidence when I got, you know, almost every day worth of evidence? But then you're telling me ignore. So they had another narcissistic control freak fake TI perp that unfollowed me, and then I blocked her, and then she came on another account and asked me, well, hey, you know, why you blocked me? I said, well, because you unfollowed me, you know. And she tried to swear up and down that she didn't unfollow. And so then she tried to tell me ignore the gang stalkers. And then yesterday she tried to private message me trying to tell me to call her. I'm like, I ain't calling nobody. Because if you're telling me shut up and ignore, or try to make me shut up and ignore, rather than us talking and venting about the suffering and trauma and all that, well, I don't want you with my phone number. They had a perp that is one of the popular fakes in the narcissistic victim community. She, waited till after some time. She waited till after some time to, like she pretended to, she would dress like a slut, and then, she would dress like a slut and then do videos after videos after videos about narcissistic abuse and pretending to be a narc victim when she acted narcissistic and controlling towards me. And she started private messaging me on TikTok and then excuse me, then she put me on a spot mid-conversation and talking about call me. And then she was nice the first 1 or 2 days. And then after that, she started to slowly but surely start to act weird. And she tried to butter me up and love bomb me. And then she, one time over the phone, she lied to me and said that, that her phone battery was about to die. She lied for an excuse to get off the phone with me. Excuse me. And then immediately, one of the first things immediately after we got off the phone, she uploaded a video saying, can narcissistic victims be covert narcissists? And then she said, yes, they can. And it seemed like she didn't mention my name, but it seemed like just about everything she said was directed at me. And then she did more videos trying to subliminally talk about me and falsely accuse me of being a covert, vulnerable narcissist. When she was the narcissistic abuser who's hard and mean and acted like a perp and manipulated and played psych games. She even, I felt really bad that she donated her fake prostitution money towards me, pretending to be a fake friend. And she was talking about she's a sex worker and all that, and then she lied to me and said that she lied to me and said that she lied to me and said that she that she doesn't feel comfortable talking on the phone with people, or that she don't like talking on the phone with people. When at first she was having like 2 and 3 hour phone conversations with me. But then she would tell everybody else, oh, here's my number, call me. But then she went around lying and saying that she's allergic to fake people when she did some fake gaslighting, confusing stuff towards me. And I'm still till this day confused. And it looked like she just wanted to rob me out my new phone number. Looked like she just wanted to take my phone number. And so she refused to be of any support towards me, sharing about, the narcissistic abuse, and all she cared about, she overtalked me, and all she cared about is her own so-called suffering, when it seemed like whatever she said seemed like all her stories seemed like they were fake. And she tried to manipulate and convince me that her daughter was a narcissist that betrayed her. And it seemed like she was trying to use the topic of gang stalking and use targeted individuals for narcissistic supply. She seemed like she was about to turn out and seem like another Trisha. And she's one of the popular fakes in the narcissistic victim community. And she's an exploitative narcissistic abuser and a hoe herself, you know. And the reason why she had confused and manipulated me and everything, and I'm like, wow, because she kind of found out because she's a perp, you know, an abusive narcissistic perp pretending to be a victim and using projection onto me and trying to make me feel bad. You know, excuse me. But the fact that she has my phone number, you know, I'm not going to mention who she is because she got my fucking phone number. And the online perps will try to go hunt and seek out for who she is, you know. But this person, her accounts kept on getting banned. But, you know, excuse me. But I got mad and blocked off all contact with her because she was doing, you know, manipulative and, you know, had caused me, you know, confused communication, you know, and was acting weird and acting like she was secretly trying to avoid me. And so then, I don't like these fake people that's wishy-washy and then try to give you mixed messages. I didn't, like, in the first place, in the beginning, I felt like I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't even want to give her my number. You know, but then she got on a new account before my account on TikTok got wrongfully banned. She got on a new account. And then she got on a new account and then followed me on her new account after the other one got banned. And then excuse me, she followed me. Wow, how did hair get inside of my mouth? But she followed me on that new account, and then that one got banned, and then she got another new account. Or a couple of more new backup accounts. So but only one other person said that she was fake. But I'm like, yeah, this lady kind of found out she's a perp. Had to have been. The way you just, you know, even in the so-called TI community, if people act like as if they manipulate me to feel confused on whether or not we're still friends, and then they deal with me, they narcissistically and self-righteously deal with me from a distance, like with a long-handed spoon. Like somebody who knew me in the TI community for about 3 years, you know, if she donated a few times before, but, you know, but then yesterday I was wondering if she called herself trying to punish me and keep a distance from me because, like, she, you know, she'd been trying to keep a distance from me, you know, ever since Darius lied on me last year, you know, and I noticed that she started to act funny. That was right after she tried to promise me that she would never believe any smear campaigns about me. But then she, you know, she sat there and, you know, yesterday she just pressed the like button, you know, on 2 of my posts, but didn't even care to wish me a happy birthday. You know, like as if she was just trying to stay away from me. Well, if you feel that way, then why are you still following me, and why am I following you? Or why are any of us following each other if you feel a certain way, or you feel like you want to keep a certain distance, but you didn't unfollow or block me, but you want to feel like there's got to be a fake friendship, a fake punishment kind of friendship, where people, where they want to leave me in suspense on whether or not they're mad at me or don't want to talk to me anymore, or they covertly and secretly keeping a distance from me, and then I question or confront them about it, and then they lie about it. So they had somebody who came on my YouTube in the middle of the night, I guess, and said, well, hey, why did you block me on Twitter? I was rooting for you. And I kind of don't even remember who this person is, but, so if I don't remember who that person is, so if I don't remember who you are, I probably don't even remember why I blocked you. But the reason why, if I block people, is because they're harassing me, or they're gang stalkers, or I might block them if, if they kept on ignoring me and acting like they didn't want to be bothered. And I feel like, well, you ain't got to worry about me no more. Or if they be bossy, narcissistic, pushy, and controlling. Or, if they ignore and keep a distance from me, or if they, if they bossy and controlling and talk to me condescending, or like I don't know any better, or like I lack common sense, or if they talk to me, or if they, put in all caps like I'm really stupid and say ignore. Or if you falsely accuse me of being a perp or fake, those are the different reasons why I block people. But I don't just block somebody without cause. Or if you were very coercive and pushy with New Age, or if you throw up satanic hand signs, yeah, those are reasons. And you trying to, like, if you throw up satanic hand signs, or you're a cultist or New Ager trying to be friendly with me, and trying to suggest New Age satanic techniques, like get you some organite, or get you some shungite, or get you some shungite crystals, and then they want to lie and say shungite is not New Age, but it's how you use it. Well, I'm not taking no chances, but I block bossy people that's bossy and controlling and treat me like I lack common sense. And it's just so degrading, to be treated a certain way. So, wow. So, but yeah, I kind of don't remember who that person is, But hold on, I gotta use the bathroom. So I'm back. Excuse me. So I got a little mucus in my throat. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So, so that has some like Twitter drama, where people bickering and arguing or fussing last night in the TI community on Twitter, and one person got mad at one person. She got mad at one guy, and then she went and unfollowed everybody. If I would have felt mad to unfollow everybody, I feel like I might as well delete my dog on Twitter. But she was just not long ago, earlier that day, telling me that she thinks that I'm her soul. Oh, we're soulmates. But I'm like, wait a minute, I don't even know you. You said that me and you are soulmates, but I don't know you. And I remember you tweeted before that you're atheist and don't believe in God. So, you know, and the person who was narcissistic and controlling and putting all caps for me to ignore the vibrating, she was trying to manipulate and try to convince me um that the one who blocked everybody is a perp, you know. But the one who blocked, I mean, I'm sorry, not the one who blocked everybody, the one who unfollowed everybody, you know. So then the one who unfollowed everybody, well, I unfollowed, then block her. But then again, I thought about it. And I said, like, well, I don't want to feel like one of the ones ganging up on her. So then I unblocked her. And I felt like, well, I guess we all have those days. Like, we got bad days sometimes. I guess she was just having a bad day and might change her mind or something. But then I'm not going to say who, but two people on TikTok, I guess, you know, everybody bickering, and somebody did a video talking about somebody and saying that, if they have certain, and it is true, if they have, and that's the narcissism and elitist mentality in the so-called TI community, that certain professed targeted individuals think that they get jealous, just like the perps do, jealous and think that they're better, and that be the narcissistic control freak fake TI perps. And so if certain professed targeted individuals act like they think that they're better, more worthy, or more deserving than other so-called targeted individuals, if we're all supposed to be suffering the same thing, and then, if there's, in the gang stalking network, they manipulate for two targets to argue, fuss, and fight while they kick back and laugh. you know. And so, and two professed targets going at it with each other, and then they're both calling each other a perp, and then trying to manipulate the TI community to turn against that other target, and then you end up losing support. And then the so-called, the narcissistic fake, the popular fake TI perp cult, it's they already got their popular fake favorites picked out. They got their popular fake favorites picked out. And they already have their minds made up on whose side that they're going to take or whose side that they're rooting for. And so, but sometimes it might be, you might think that another target is perping you or a perp, and then kind of find out it's just miscommunication. But then they had already smear campaigned and slandered you as a perp before y'all can even come to an understanding and make a truce. And then, be back on good terms again, So, I mean, but that person also said that guy on TikTok, he also said that they have people who just want to get his phone number. They just want to get his phone number so that they can talk to him on the phone and then start perping him and stuff, But I'm like, that'd be the same with me. As I said, I don't trust if you say you're targeted, I don't trust giving you my phone number. Even after you already told me ignore your stalkers and trying to be narcissistic and try to control or police how I should handle my gang stalking activity or what I should do, or trying to control and fix me and try to dish out unsolicited advice, or treat me like you want to infantilize me and treat me like I lack common sense. And then it's like I've had a falling out with each and every person who had my phone number. Right now, I'm not in contact with anybody. But I'm not allowed to assume that you a perp when we're talking on the phone and it's the first conversation, and within 10 minutes, you think you can be just comfortable with smacking food in my ear. And then people be abusive and narcissistic and refuse to listen to you on the phone and hear you out, and they be stubborn and don't want to hear what you got to say. And then excuse me, they pretend like they're the victim and that you hurt them. And if you say that they were stubborn and weren't trying to listen to you, or they were cutting you off, or they weren't trying to hear what you got to say, and then they lie and say that they always been there for you and that they heard every word, or that they listened to every word. Yeah, you heard every word so that you can weaponize and use it against me for your fake smear campaign against me. But yeah, they got certain professed targeted individuals who think that they're better than others, think they're smarter than others, think that they're more holy, or think that they're more spiritual than others, or think that they're more technical. And they talk to you like you got stupid written on your forehead. And it's like they got the professed targeted individuals who say that they're going through this targeting, and then they join forces with the sex trafficking gang stalkers that's doing what they do to me. And because I already told you. And then you change your narrative and then lie and say that I don't, you ignore me and dismiss and reject me trying to show you proof of my gang stalking. And then you lie and say that I'm a perp, that I'm not a chosen one, and that I have no evidence or no footage of gang stalking. Because I'm not handling my gang stalking the way that you want me to handle my gang stalking. Or you can't manipulate and control me the way that you want to. So they got fakes who can write letters, but if I'm sitting here showing proof of being followed with one headlight and y'all ignore that and falsely accuse me of being fake with no evidence, well, I'm not wasting my time writing it in letters to Congress or the FBI. I'm not wasting my time to write letters to my oppressors. I heard that today that Targeted Justice is in Houston doing a rally or a meetup or something. I heard that the National TI Day is on the 29th, just about every year. And I'm always excluded from so-called TI functions. If you think you got the authority to erase my history in the TI community or exterminate me from the TI community, But then you want to bully me and tell me, well, if you don't go to such and such conference call, then you're not a real TI. Or if you don't link up with other TIs, then you're not a real TI. But then you turn around and ghost me after I show you proof of my footage of me being gang stalked. You tell me, you try to be manipulative and try to force me to be very social when I'm not even included in the so-called TI community. Like the same lady who manipulated me to come down here and then ghosted me the night that I got down here. And I never saw or heard, I never met her in person, but, she's supposedly from California and living somewhere somewhere near Victoria, she said. But she made false promises to meet up with me and saying that we will meet together someday or something. And the night that I settled up in here, she ghosted me. Now, back in 2020, she was trying to tell me, well, if you don't link up with other TIs, then you're not a real TI. So I really feel played. I really do. I'm glad to be off the streets, but I fucking hate everything about. I hate it here. I really hate it here. It seems like it's hard to even get out of this town. So she turned out to be a fake Christian TI perp. Now, I can't believe these kind of people actually do exist. A fake Christian targeted individual that's a damn perp. And she never shows her face. But, but people dare you to speak the truth against and speak out against the targeted justice being one of the popular fakes, and they'll make it like you lost all respect for the TI, that the TI community, like you lost all respect, from the TI community. Well, I'm hated already and don't have anything to lose. I already told y'all what Shayla Avance did to me. With her satanic one-eye symbolism. So she supported me at first, but then, I didn't even know she was feuding with another person. And so the other person I thought that she was ranting about usual in-person gang stalking. I did not know that the other person was feuding with Shayla Avance. And so, Shayla Avance jumped on and attacked me too. And then me and her got into it. And then she erased my name off of her fake database and the support that that she gave me at first, but I didn't know that the other lady was feuding with her. So she even erased my name off of her TI giving tree or something like that. But I didn't even, as I said, I didn't even know. But she erased excuse me, she erased everything about me off her fake website and her database. This was 2 years ago, like almost 2 years ago, back in 2021. And so, that a lot of times you can tell people be fake by their symbolism. People be throwing up devil horns and throwing up satanic hand signs and claim to be Christian and targeted and go as far as to show proof of themselves being gang stalked. but then they turn around and perp and narcissistically abuse another's fellow TI. And then you abuse and perp me and then falsely accuse me of being a perp. You know. So the popular fakes huddle together, but the so-called TI community, nobody really can get along or come together. And the same people who be saying targeted individuals need to come together, like that person called Real Zona, did a video saying that TIs need to come together, but then on YouTube, but then she responded to everybody else except me and singled me out and ignored me. And other professed targeted individuals respond to everybody else but ignore me on their videos too. Like that guy that called himself God's Warrior. So I quit commenting on other targeted individual videos on YouTube. I quit watching and commenting. And I hardly even see any TI videos much on YouTube anymore. But on TikTok, everybody turned against me once my other account got wrongfully banned and I had to start all over again. And I was amazed at how many people backstabbed, turned against, and betrayed me for no reason. Like that fake ass Philip Dean motherfucker from San Francisco. I never did demand anything. But they got some certain popular fake TI perps, that they think that they delusionally believe that they're a thug. And they act like they delusionally believe that they're a thug, but then claim to be God's chosen elect and chosen with elitist mentality and part of the fake Black Hebrew Israelites cult. And think that they're better than everybody. Popular and fake, a whole bunch of lesbians, masculine lesbian women in the Black Hebrew Israelites cult that be the popular fakes and falsely glorifying themselves as part of 144,000 and God's chosen elect. And they go around bullying Christians and think that every Christian is a fake target. Like every Christian in the TI community is a fake target. Because you don't believe in the fake Black Hebrew Israelites cult when y'all be the popular fakes. But they do be having some fake Christian TI perps like I mentioned. And they be narcissistic and controlling. And be trying to tell you what to do and try to control you and try to keep up with your every move. If you're a married man, you have a wife, and you profess to be targeted and Christian, but you want to keep up with my every move. And then turn around, and when I don't feel comfortable with you keeping up with my every move, like you think you're my pimp or something. You keep up with my every move like you think you're my pimp. And then, when I stand up to you and, let you know I don't feel comfortable with you treating me this way, then you smear campaign me as entitled, ungrateful, and, want everything my way and falsely manipulate for me to make things to look like I'm the narcissist when it's you. And you think you got your fake authority to create your own prison for me. So as long as you ain't hurting nobody, if somebody want to film and record all the gang stalkers, let them feel free to do so. But then you want to say ignore the gang stalkers unless they're posing a direct threat to you. Well, don't request to talk to me on the phone. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to get along. Because me and you ain't going to I just turned 40, and you're not going to try to infantilize me and treat me like a retarded baby, and then I'm the bad person for standing up to you or telling you, back off, don't be trying to control me. Now you want me to stand up you want me to stand up for myself, but then you become surprised when I stand up to you. You know. But the main people who be trying to boss me around are the main people who trying to set me up to go to hell and don't have my best interest at heart. And then they're the main ones who say don't trust anyone, but then you demand that I do what you say. If I had to deal with block somebody for making comments that's too damn bossy, and make dozens and dozens of bossy comments, under my videos, and then you say, "Well, I was trying to help you." When you don't care about me. And I was feeling bad all day yesterday with two people, who recently donated to me. Excuse me. I tried to email them, and then both of them ignored me. They ignored me, when I tried to ask them some questions. But, I tried to ask a couple of days ago, But I'm tired of the mixed messages that you want me to write letters to the UN, write letters to Congress, but then you tell me ignore. It's okay for y'all to be like, well, why did you block me? But then I'm the troublemaker for if I wonder why somebody blocked me. But they got people in the TI community, especially on Twitter, who huddle together and block me before I can know of their existence. So the perps, the fake TI perps, they make sure that everybody hates you. If everybody's saying that the TI community that we all need to band together, but then you got elitist mentality and handpick who you want to stick with, or handpick who you want to eliminate and play God. Play God and handpick who you want to bully, pick on, and harass, and who you want to eliminate. While you claim you're being slandered and harassed, and then you turn around and do the same thing, to another fellow TI. I mean, so excuse me. So it seemed like they got people that's becoming the popular fakes on TikTok and starting that fake ass shut up and ignore bullshit. And people on TikTok are freaking selling out and becoming popular fake TI perps, and blocking and ignoring me for no reason. Like, you quit doing videos and you sold out, and then you block, bully, pick on, and harass me, and then falsely smear campaign me as a perp and a fake target. So I'm the ultimate most hated by the TI community and was never considered welcome in the TI community. Yet they got some people who, behind closed doors, secretly tell me that I'm the only real TI left standing on YouTube. Or that I'm one of the realists, And And then some of the ones who acknowledge me as being one of the most authentic and realist, then they betray me and backstab me and then falsely accuse me of being fake and evil and demonic and everything. Or lie and say that I have reptilian or black eyes. Or that my eyes turn black in the video. Or that they lie and say I'm demon possessed. And then they have the regular perps be lying on me and saying that I'm evil and demon possessed and everything. Using projection. Or they'll lie and say I'm a narcissist. Or they'll lie and say that I'm straight up psycho. You know, and the abusive narcissistic gang stalking biological and foster family members will falsely accuse me of being a crazy psycho, a crazy dangerous psychopath. Excuse me. And then they will bully, harass, and prod and provoke and you know, push me over the edge. But then they lie to people and say that I'm aggravating and annoying. And they bully and harass me, and laugh at me. And after they push me over the edge, and if they have a 4-year-old with a toy dumpster truck, and and if I have, like, you know, a brother who has a child, and if I throw my nephew's, you know, toy truck at my brother, I'm just using this as an example. Oh, all of a sudden he's the damn victim now. That didn't happen in real life, but I'm just using that as a scenario, example scenario. Excuse me. So I mean, you know, y'all sit there and push somebody who doesn't want to be violent. The gang stalkers try to push the target, and even fake TI perps, you know, when you feel like, damn, you can't even trust other so-called TIs, and then you get frustrated and feel like you've had it. And then you end up losing your freaking mind because you don't even have other professed targets to be supportive. And it's more mind-boggling when, if y'all say y'all Christian, and y'all be the most harsh, and American fake Christians act like Christianity and salvation is supposed to be a competition. You know, and they're vibrating me right now to the point I can't even ignore it. Last night, between yesterday evening and last night, they passed by my house a total of 3 different times and blasted extremely loud music. And then this morning, it felt like as if somebody threw a hard object at my door or banged on my front door. I heard a loud boom on my door. So, like, I really think that with that water leakage, I don't think that was natural. I think the gang stalkers made that water leakage. So, you know, I'm glad the water leakage from the air conditioner. And then they had narcissistic control freak fake TI perps trying to dish out advice on how I should handle the air conditioner, and then trying to make me work hard, or giving me advice on how to work harder, or make things more stressful for me. You know, and everybody trying to control and fix me, and then tell me, or they find a problem or find something wrong with everything I do or say. And then the sex traffickers try to talk about your way of doing things is not working. And they want to try to beat me in submission to join the satanic gang stalker sex cult. Hell fucking no. I don't want to be having sex with people I'm not attracted to. I don't want to be having sex with people I don't like. That's why it's called fucking rape. If they want to force and coerce you and stuff like that. You know. In every single last one of those rapes, those guys were all about their own pleasure and their own selves, and they didn't want me to be pleased or feel good at all. You know, like I didn't deserve to feel good. I didn't deserve any pleasure, but you sit there and narcissistically take it upon yourself to invite yourself in my house and try to manipulate and frighten and scare me, and then snoop through all my belongings, confiscate my cell phone and hide my cell phone, and then take advantage and rape and have your way with me for 2 hours and having me manipulated, frightened, and scared. You know, and I didn't know what the fuck you were gonna do. I mean, a freaking armed security guard with a gun? You got a gun. And you, I don't know. It's, you know, so. But it seems like everybody defends and agrees with the narcissist. Yeah, every single last one of those rapes that I experienced were, those guys were selfish, narcissistic abusers. And they're the victims and they're the ones who's right when I was wrong for getting them in trouble. When those fuckers, every single last one of them ran free. One guy one guy sexually assaulted me, and he almost got arrested. I never heard of no shit like that. This must have been part of the gang stalking, where the police pretend that they're gonna arrest the guy, and then immediately after I make the police report, immediately they send us to court, and I'm not allowed. You know, this was in Greenville, South Carolina, precisely in the city of Malden, South Carolina, in my storage unit. And I think I was still home. I think I was still homeless at that time. And a guy sexually assaulted me. Like, he pretended to fake like he wanted to help me carry my items to the storage unit. And then he, you know, sexually assaulted me. And I called the police on him. And then they immediately sent both of us to court. And the judge and the police and the fake victim advocate was abusive, narcissistic, fake victim advocate. I don't remember her first name, but her last name was Patterson. An abusive, narcissistic white lady, you know, and the guy who sexually assaulted me was black. And so they all defended and agreed with him, and she kept on bullying me and trying to forcefully order me to shut up and keep my mouth shut in the courtroom. I never in my life heard of somebody getting arrested or the police pretending like he's arresting a guy, and then next thing you know, we immediately gotta go to court. Go to court immediately. And that's what they do. If you end up being raped or sexually assaulted, they will butter you up and pamper you up with as much snacks and food as you want, and, you know, try to make like they believe you at first. And then, you know, then afterwards, then they come back and then treat you like you're a lying criminal and try to frighten, intimidate, bully, and scare you, and leave you more traumatized than the rape or sexual assault that actually happened. You know, and then a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend will try to make you punish yourself, or try to make like because you got raped, then you deserve to be punished for allowing it, and that you shouldn't even be allowed to trust yourself, or that you're the dangerous one that's not to be trusted. You know, you end up losing all your friends and all your support if you end up getting raped or robbed, or if you end up getting taken advantage of, or if you have a family crisis of abuse, you lose all your friends, or you know, if somebody attempted murder on you, or if you end up suicidal, or end up in the like all these crises, you know, you lose all your friends and support, and then they turn the whole entire neighborhood against you. You know, can't even trust your next door freaking neighbors. But narcissistic, controlling, fake neighbors be trying to befriend you, and then they won't let you up in their house, but they always narcissistically invite themselves to your house, and they try to narcissistically lecture you about how you shouldn't let people take advantage of you. But then they themselves taken upon themselves to go and snoop through all your cabinets and your armoire, and snoop through all the items in your closet, and question every item. Got a question for every item that you have in your house, and try to make like for you to have a spoon in your drawer makes no sense or is a waste of money. You know. Or they want to lecture you about your pile of dirty clothes, and trying to control that you should organize your shoes this way in your house. Like, you know, if you, like, stay out of my damn house and don't be my doggone friend, you know. And then if they might lie and say that, you know, if they might lie and say that, you know, that you're trifling and nasty because you just got finished eating breakfast before they invited themselves over, and they manipulate where they try to instill fear, that trying to make you feel afraid to say no, like you have to let them in, or make you feel afraid that you would be rude if you stand up to them. You know, they step all over your boundaries, and then they want to sit there and try to tell you that you're very demanding with how you want it to be treated. But then they're the first to victim blame you when you get fucked over or taken advantage of in some kind of way. When you start standing up for yourself, that's when you're the craziest bitch on the block. That's how they like. And I'm just sick and tired of these millions and millions of people who think that they're God, or think that they're above God. You know, or they think they're bigger, better, and higher than God, and they're jealous of you, and rich, living a high life, and don't want to see you with as so much as a can of sardines. They don't even want you with a can of sardines in your fucking house, while they're living and eating good, and the one can of sardines in your house, or the cheapest brand of crackers you can find, saltine crackers that you can find, all of a sudden you're the greediest pig in the neighborhood, or the greediest pig in the whole metropolitan area. But they be the main ones sneaking and putting dog feces by your front door, smush dead birds on your front door, torturing you with directed energy weapons, lying to the police about you, calling the police on you unprovoked, blasting super loud music at or blasting loud TV with surround sound at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're the unreasonable one if you tell them stop doing that. I'm just sick of it all. So, I mean, with the narcissistic control throughout my life has made me feel like I gotta question every of my own decisions that I make, and then manipulate me to feel like I can't even trust myself, and not like I need somebody to guide me and control and handle me, like as if I'm not good enough, or like I'm not grown enough, or like I'm not mature enough, or I shouldn't be allowed to handle my own decisions, or everything I do or say is just a foolish decision or a fuck up. You know, they make me feel afraid. They make me feel afraid of myself. They manipulate for me to be afraid of myself. Like I can't even trust myself with my own independence, individuality, and personal decisions. You know, but it's just not right for people to try to control how another person or dictate how another person should live. Like, how you gonna tell me what to do with my life decisions, and you're on the internet and hiding behind an avatar or hiding behind a no face and don't even have your real name, you know? And I'm supposed to live my life according to an anonymous internet stranger who I will never meet, dictating and controlling everything I do. I don't even know what your face look like. I don't know what your name is. And then y'all think y'all better and be the first to want to judge somebody as negative when it's y'all. Y'all don't even do anything to try to spread love and positivity. When y'all bully, harass, do dirty shit behind closed doors, gossip, slander, and be very malicious, and be planning and plotting. But outwardly, you just want to pretend to have a fake show to the world, lying to people and deceiving people into falsely believing that you're a positive do-gooder, you know, or that you're helping the community, when, you know, all your good deeds is just fake and for show. But you do evil behind closed doors, like secretly hiding behind anonymity and thumbing down people's videos. You know, you can't even be positive or you can't even do good things behind closed doors. Your anonymous thumbs up, nobody know about that, but you would rather do wickedness behind closed doors. You're sitting there plotting somebody's death behind closed doors, or plotting on how to destroy somebody's life. And then you want to say that I'm just negative and always complaining. And then, like, y'all sit there and wreak havoc, cause hell and misery in another person's life, and then expect them to not let it faze them, and expect for them to pick themselves up and just act like as if all the abuse is not happening. You know, like I don't have a right to, I'm not allowed to feel hurt. I'm crazy out of this world, or I'm nuts. Because you think you got the authority to dictate that I shouldn't be allowed to have hurt feelings. You know, I'm just such a bizarre weirdo for having hurt feelings. Never heard of that before. I'm forbidden and not allowed to cry. I'm not allowed to laugh. I'm not allowed to have a mad face. Me showing any emotion is inappropriate, unacceptable behavior. But then if I show no emotion, then y'all want to make a fake justification and falsely accuse me of being a cold psychopath, and make like y'all that y'all think that I'd be the type of person who would be like a dangerous killer. And y'all want me medicated on psychiatric medications so bad. A real targeted individual would not call another TI schizophrenic, crazy, needing medication, or say you're sick, crazy, and need help, or you got serious mental issues. A real targeted individual would not bully, harass, laugh at, slander, gossip about, or threaten another fellow TI. Or you try to narcissistically lecture me for 4 hours. And for me to tell you, younger than me, and think you got the authority to dictate that I shouldn't be allowed to tell you, don't talk to me this way, don't talk to me that way, don't lecture me. And I'm the crazy one, or the one with the problem. Because I tell you, I'm old enough to be your parent. Like, you don't have the right to lecture me. Trying to bully, harass, and lecture me, and think you're trying to put me in my place and try to handle up on me and try to tell me off about myself. I mean, like, if they have strangers who will be neighbors that you barely know and think they can come up in your house and be younger than you and try to tell you what to do in your own house, but they won't let you set foot up in their house. So I just stay alone, and like, I don't have any guests coming here. I ain't got no friends. I don't have nobody to talk on the phone with at the moment. And everybody who took my phone number turned out to backstab and betray me, or show themselves as a fake or a perp. Or I end up having a falling out or an argument with them. Excuse me. And y'all already have me muted and canceled. Like as if I'm not allowed, like as if I'm not allowed to express my hurt, my anger, or my bad day or something. Y'all just give me massive thumbs down and just judge me as negative. But y'all be the sadistic bullies who want me eliminated out of society or put away from society. When y'all sit there and try to, take somebody that's considered as weak, vulnerable, and, defenseless and isolated, and y'all a whole bunch of pack of wolves attacking one lone little baby kitten. That ain't a fair fight. But this one little baby kitten, y'all consider so dangerous. You treat me like I'm a freaking dangerous Tyrannosaurus Rex or something. But y'all the dangerous wolves that operate in packs. Predatory. Predatory wolves. Attacking one little cat. One little baby kitten. Defenseless little baby kitten. I can't do y'all nothing. But y'all feel threatened by the truth. That's what it is.